Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel. Today I'd like to show you my Tekton quarter-inch drive chrome socket set. There we go. And I've been checking this thing out, and this thing's fantastic. I mean, this thing is versatile. It's a full set, no skips. Seems like nobody's doing this anymore. Nobody's doing this at $55 anymore. I mean, this thing goes from 4mm, which I don't think I've ever used a 4mm, but I have a 4mm. The 14 and deep and shallow, and 5/32 to 9/16 deep and shallow as well. It comes with a couple extensions. Looks three-inch extension. Comes with a 3-inch extension. And a should be 6-inch extension. Also comes with the new 90 tooth ratchet. They've updated this in the last couple of years, and it's a lot better than they've had in the past. Also comes with a 6-inch as well. Hand drive. Basically, it's an extension and a screwdriver. You can use it for sockets and stuff like that. You can also, comes with a bit adapter. And you could put bits in there and put a flathead in there or a Torx or whatever bit you have. Thing's actually pretty neat. And you can put your old screwdrivers and stuff in there as well. So the reason why I bought this is I actually have I have Craftsman socket sets that I bought when I was just starting out, and they served me well. You know, I've been doing professional mechanic for 20 years or so. But the one thing that has always bothered me since pretty much I had these, is I knew this would happen, is you know, the etching on this. These are Craftsman's I bought in 2001, 2000, something like that. But you know, I can't see that this is a Craftsman anymore. There's no engraving on it, except there's some etching on it. And if you look real close, we can see that this is a 13mm. That's how worn this thing is. I can't barely see that. If you look up top, it says Craftsman on there, which is going to be a problem, the fact that you can't see this. And I got to turn this one in right now for a warranty, and I have to go to Lowe's and get one socket that is not even of this quality. So it's time to move on. Thank you, but Sears has dropped the line, and you know, they're not the same thing anymore. They're not made in America. I mean, this is not made in America, but at least this is a good set. And you know, these suckers are strong to begin with. So, and then yeah, anyway, it goes on and on. So, but super happy with it. The one thing that's actually may seem kind of like a minor deal, but I mean, they listened when they did the 90 tooth ratchet, right? They went from 90 tooth ratchet and a fat head, and they brought down to 92, and they slimmed up the head. So this is a gear wrench right here, and they're now slim heads. You can see that right there. They are now the same head. They're a slim head. And then this is a standard gear wrench, and this is the Tekton, and it's longer. I mean, you can get more up on that. And then this is a long handle Mako, same thing, fine tooth, Buco bucks, but slim line. Same thickness. I mean, that's great. Thank you. I mean, they're listening. And then I was checking out the extension here, and they've really upped that gnarly. I mean, this is something I'm going to use. I got a Proto here, and I got a lot of Proto stuff because I've been a heavy equipment mechanic, and where I worked was a good deal. You can just order through the catalog, and they ship it to you at your work. But you know, I've had this for a long time. And the one thing I never really liked about this is, I like the extension, it's been great, is I cracked my bolt and I had to go by hand, and I just kind of slip, especially when I got greasy gloves, greasy hands. You know, just being a mechanic in general. and I just slip off, and I have to use 2 fingers, and I don't put quite the knurling on there. And I noticed immediately when I put this in my hand. I mean, it feels the same weight, everything, except the knurling on this is much better. I mean, I can just try to hold it as hard as I can, and I can still spin that. I mean, it's a lot better. I mean, they're listening to the customers and working on different stuff. And you have a 13, you got a 10 millimeter, you got a 12, and then you're working on you're adding a part, so you have like a 9/16 and a 7/16. I don't know what's in my hand, and then I'm working on it, and sometimes I'll keep like an adapter on there, or I kind of keep a visual on it. But then when I went to go put all these back, I don't know where they go. I don't know if they go here. I don't know if they go there. So I end up fumbling around what's going on, or I'll pull a socket out and I realize, well, that's in the metric area. So I know this is metric because, I set this thing up. I just memorize where my stuff's at. But yeah, I'm just, it's time to move on. So looking at this Tekton set, and the one thing I liked about the Craftsman before they closed themselves off, and now they're Lowe's, and now there's no Sears anymore around in my area or anyone else's, is the warranty on this. I'm gonna have to take the socket in when it's time and try to get a warranty on it. It's starting to slip a tad bit, and I got to take it to Lowe's, and I have to prove, hey, is this even a Craftsman? I'm not even sure they're going to look at it, and it depends on who I get. I'm not sure they're going to understand because they don't put any markings on it. Now, Tekton has been around for a long time. They're actually originally the company is actually MIT, Michigan something. So, but yeah, I looked up Tekton, I looked at Craftsman, I looked at Husky, I looked at DeWalt, I looked at all these brands that are not Matco and Mac and all that stuff, because now this is my home box. So wherever I work, I have work tools now, so it's a closed site and they don't allow me to bring my tools to work, which is great, but it makes it hard when I do car flipping and all the other stuff that I like to do at home, and home repairs. It's now inconvenient to have my sockets. So looked up gear wrench, kind of Googled a little bit and wanted to know, well, how do they do it for the warranty? And it's hit or miss. So, but Tekton is, they have their always guarantee. And, you Google them as far as warranty and you don't get anything negative. It's, hey, I have a socket, it's cracked or whatever, you got a ratchet, you take a picture of it and you send it off to them, and they send you another one. And then you take this one and it's worthless to you. Just, you throw it away. So, yeah. This is one of the better purchases I've done. Now this case is awesome. I won't be using this case. I'm going to be putting this case, I'm taking these sockets out and I'm going to put them in my toolbox. But this case is, shake it all around. I'm super happy with it. And everything just stays where it's at. I have my wife's old toolbox here that when I met her, she had this thing, and this thing is, you just open it up and it falls apart. There's stuff already falling apart. You just touch the stuff, it falls apart. This is not a well-made case, and this is kind of what I see in the world. So I think we're all used to it. Get a foam piece, and this thing's pretty much deteriorated. So yeah, super duper happy. And as far as the broaching goes on this thing, and I know they're a deep broach and they're not doing what other manufacturers are doing, but I kind of like having the deep broach. I've had some issues with trying to get some parts. So I've worked heavy equipment, industrial, millwright stuff, machinist, and this is a home kit here, but I've never had. The bolts you get and the nuts you get, this stuff, they're not like your regular nuts and bolts. This is like an automotive bolt right here, right? It's already got a washer on there. You can take a deep right here. There you go. It's probably a 1/2 inch anyways, but it doesn't need to have that short broach in there. As a matter of fact, this is automotive. This is pretty standard for your automotive guys. This is an automotive bolt. Let's see what else I got in here. Another automotive bolt, right? It's already got its own washer on there. I mean, they do that to save costs, and it works out. So, I mean, they're not using grade 8, you know, guys, this is too big, but goes all the way down. It's going to have a problem. I mean, the nice thing about, here we go, is having a shallow broach is for, it's a kind of a one-trick pony. And this would be 7/16. Is it kind of holds the bolt a little bit better. So if you have a short broach, it kind of holds it better and makes it easier for starting the nut or starting the bolt, right? But I mean, the reality is you're not actually doing this, and having that feature as far as having a deep broach is actually beneficial for those tight spots. It happens all the time. I go in, I'm trying to take something out, and I have to use the right extension. I have 1-inch extensions. I take that out, and you know, it just makes more sense. I mean, if you want a shallow broach, that's what you have the shallow sockets for. So, anyway, very happy. Thank you, Tekton. You know, the number one reason why I bought it is your customer service. So just keep up the good work and keep listening. And thank you.